one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, good evening. Is there anyone here for public input? Anyone for public input? Anyone for public input? Nobody. All right, review and approve council agenda.
Move to approve as presented.
I'll second.
Further discussion?
Wait,
Mike, did you want to add the Boy Scouts?
that extra person.
I can do that under consent agenda item.
Consent agenda.
We'll add B.
Add,
F.
$1,000 donation to the Boy Scouts,
From,
23,
Christmas supper,
Christmas.
or
supper,
dinner
yeah,
from,
from charitable gambling.
charitable gambling.
All right, now is there a motion to approve as amended?
yes.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed unanimously. Consent agenda items. Item A, approve business license renewals. And item B, authorize payment of $1,000 to the Boy Scout Troop 20 for their Christmas dinner from charitable gambling.
Move to approve.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed unanimously. All right, public hearing. I gotta get the notice. There we go. Please take notice that the Wake Park City Council will hold a public hearing on the 20th day of November 2023 at 6:30 PM or soon thereafter at the Wake Park City Hall located at 1913th Avenue North, Wake Park, Minnesota, to consider the assessment of unpaid city charges pursuant to Minnesota Statute 429.011 to 429.111. The property proposed to be assessed for such improvement is as follows. The PID number is 98.6166.0000, also known as 147 6th Avenue North, Wake Park. The total assessment is $519.04. A reasonable estimate of the impact of the assessment will be available at the public hearing. Anyone wishing to contest the assessment, therefore, should be in attendance in the above stated time and place, dated this first day of November 2023. Public hearing is open at 6:32. Is there anyone here for that public hearing? Is there anyone here for that public hearing?
I'll move to close the public hearing at 6:33.
Second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed unanimously.
Now we gotta make a motion to,
Yep.
I'll make a motion to approve,
Adopting the unpaid city charges.
to be billed to that address of 147 6th Avenue North.
I'll second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed unanimously. We've got another public hearing. Please take notice that the Wake Park City Council will hold a public hearing on the 20th day of November 2023 at 6:30 PM or soon thereafter to consider the 2024 currency exchange license for Onbank Company LLP located at 147 Division Street, Wake Park, Minnesota 56387 pursuant to Minnesota Statute 53A.04. Anyone wishing to comment on the license renewal thereof should attend the above stated time and place, dated the second day in November 2023. This public hearing is open at 6:34. Chief, have you any problems with them? No, sir. Okay, we don't ever, so. Is there anyone here for that public hearing?
I'll move to close the public hearing at 6:35.
I'll second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed unanimously.
I'll move to approve Unbank's company license for currency exchange.
I'll second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed unanimously. Item C, conditional use permit, St. Joseph's Church, St. Robert Bellarmine Church.
All right, hold on, because this is me.
Donna's filling in.
I am filling in tonight for John Nuremberg on this item. Members of the council, mayor, what's before you tonight is a conditional use permit request for the former Church of St. Joseph school, and this is a request jointly being submitted by the Church of St. Joseph and the St. Robert Bellarmine Church. And what they're looking at doing is just taking that facility and continuing the same use as it was when it was a St. Joseph school. The challenge with this is that when it sits vacant for more than a year, that conditional use permit is expired, so they have to come back and renew that. So had this been within that period of time, they could have went in and operated this. So the proposed use is for the St. Robert Bellarmine Church. They intend to have a K through 12 private faith-based school with a current enrollment of 110 students. They have approximately 12 staff, and they would have 6 to 10 classrooms, an indoor gym, and some outdoor play areas. And so the request, I think, is fairly straightforward. They do not plan on having any food service located on the site, so any additional food kinds of things that they would be dealing with, they would have to be working directly with the county, with Jane Knott from the County Environmental Services Department on that. From my understanding, the Planning Commission did review this request at their meeting on October 10th, and they had some comments from the public that were received. The draft minutes do reflect those comments. There was some questions about the ADA compliance. And I think, as any building that's being reused and repurposed, any improvements that they would make would require some thought be given to ADA, but depending on what they're doing, would allow for those kinds of things. So they would have to work with our building department to address any fire code or any other building code issues. The recommendation by the Planning Commission was to approve this request, and the recommendations by staff as well include the following items to be incorporated into the request. 1, utilization of building or portions thereof shall be subject to review and approval by the city building official. All exterior and interior work shall be subject to necessary building, plumbing, electrical, and other permits as deemed required by the city staff. 2, all necessary construction activities shall be completed to satisfaction of the building official prior to commencement of any activities in the impacted area. 3, applicants shall demonstrate compliance with any requirements set forth by Stearns County regarding the food and beverage. Any new exterior signage requires separate permit review prior to fabrication and installation of the signage. 5, exterior lighting modifications or installation shall require review and approval by the Planning and Community Development Director prior to installation. Lighting shall not be directed toward adjacent properties and shall comply with the city ordinance for lighting standards. 6, any parking areas upon the site shall either be hard surface with concrete or asphalt within. And this was a recommendation that John had, give them some time to do that. 5 years or seeded and sodded so as not to be further utilized for parking. The issue of hard surface parking may be further reviewed and or modified upon review approval by city staff and/or city council as of December 1st, 2028. 7, any on-street parking shall comply with applicable street parking postings in Ordinance 61. 8, utilization of the property for emergency homeless shelter, transition housing, or other similar use shall be prohibited except for state licensed facilities at currently owned, allowed for in the R1 single family zoning district as per city ordinance section 52.12. And 9, property and any construction work, interior or exterior, are subject to all applicable ADA compliance requirements that are set forth in the building code as per determination review by the city building official. So those are the recommendations that were approved by the Planning Commission and incorporated as well as staff. I would be happy to try to answer any questions. I'm not sure, I haven't met the applicants, so if there's any members in the audience that
Is there
are
anyone here from
representative.
either one of those places that wants to speak? from either St. Bellarmine's or from St. Joseph, either one. If I could get your name and your address and use that microphone right there, sir.
Yeah, I'm John Dvorak from Sauk Rapids, 4914 45th Street Northeast. I am a member of the parish, and my kids are in school as well. I'm also on the planning committee, and we appreciate you taking the time to review this and approve the CUP. We're certainly here for any questions you may have, and these are also members of the parish as well.
Okay.
All right.
Council, you got any questions while they're here?
I've got a whole bunch.
No. I have none.
I've got some. Have you done a thorough inspection of that property over there as far as your electrical wiring, asbestos abatement that maybe have to be done, and the tunnel that is underneath that school where your heating runs? I hope you're aware.
Yeah, I've seen it personally, actually.
Pardon me?
I have seen the tunnel, and I have reviewed that. Bozer Construction has also been in and advised us on what is necessary to get this operational.
Electrical wiring is substandard, very outdated in portions of that building. The reason I know is because I worked there for 3 years for maintenance, and I was actually the asbestos abatement person. Just warning you, there's a lot of things in there that if you're gonna bring those many people in, or students, of what to be aware of. I know the church wants to get it out of their category, but there is a lot of things that need to be upgraded and should be upgraded prior to any new people going into that establishment.
So that was part of the recommendation that the staff and planning
Building
commission all have. All of those things that I listed would be incorporated.
And see some of them when I read through there.
it
Well,
says
building code
official.
and
codes.
all of that stuff includes the electrical and all of what you mentioned.
So,
Anything else?
I'm gonna move the CUP, move to approve it with the conditions set by the planning commission.
I'll second.
Further discussion?
I guess I would let, give them some time to get all that and come back with what needs to be repaired and ask for the improvements so that we know that they're going to be done properly. It's a health and safety issue for the students that will be in that building.
That- That's what the job of the
That's
building
not your
official is.
job.
Yeah, that's building official.
Yeah, I understand that. But if they're going to come back with a plan that would fix and prevent any of the problems that may occur,
I'm gonna
None of-
assume that our building official's not gonna give them an occupancy certificate until everything is up to
Right.
snuff.
There won't be a plan that's gonna be coming back in front of the council. Those, the permits and what's the work that's gonna be done would all be between the building official and the school to be able to get that completed. And they'll be working, I'm assuming, with their architects and any of their contracted employees that will assist them with those improvements.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 4-1. Welcome to Wake Park.
Yes.
All right, item D, consider hiring community service officer candidate.
Make a motion to hire them. I don't remember their name.
Oh, here. Jaden Cast Turning.
Move to hire Jaden Cass as our community service officer.
at
No.
what level?
Non-exempt for step one.
Sure.
I'll second that.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed unanimously. And item E, consider fire service agreement.
Okay, you gotta give me a minute again. That's another one of my items. So members of the council and mayor, we have been working with the city of St. Cloud to provide assistance to us in providing fire service. over the last several months. And this has really been a result of the decline in pay-per-response firefighters available for us to respond to fire calls. Typically, our staffing levels that we are staffed and funded for is about 30. We are probably down to the 13 to 15 firefighters to respond. The numbers were a concern, and our fire chief did reach out to the city of St. Cloud to provide some assistance. We do have a mutual aid agreement with the city of St. Cloud along with the other area cities here. But the request that we were having with St. Cloud was going to require far more needs than what would be beyond probably the need for the mutual aid. And so that's been working with St. Cloud. We've been doing that since about June of this year. Essentially what they do is they have a four-person crew that come with an apparatus to come and they respond to all of our fire calls 24/7. And that, for the most part, has been working out fairly well. And then when our firefighters respond or get to the scenes, then they take over, and then St. Cloud leaves. There are times when our firefighters get there sooner. It just depends upon the availability of our resources for staffing. And so what the agreement is before you is really looking at formalizing this contract with St. Cloud. The agreement does lay out some of the things that I just mentioned that they would be continuing to provide to the city of Waite Park. The agreement is a 10-year agreement, and that is essentially, I think, to address any of the equipment and staffing needs. However, there is a 1-year clause that either party would be able to relinquish that and get out of the agreement if we chose to do so in the future. For us, I think at this particular point, it provides us some opportunities to continue to look at other options that we may want to consider with fire service and our staffing and determine what is the best solution for the city of Waite Park in the future to provide fire services. But for now, this seems to work out very well for our department and does provide some relief to our staff that are responding to those calls when they're available to do so. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Council, any questions?
Well, I'll make a motion to approve, I know.
I'll second.
Motion and a second to approve the contract with St. Cloud
It's,
Fire Service Agreement.
at this point, it's a necessity for us. I hate to say it. McShauna was stating is we're down to 13 or 15 firefighters, and we have to work out some type of an agreement so that we're covered, so. That is why I move to approve it.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Yeah. Nay.
4-1. All right, approved bills.
Move to pay the bills.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed unanimously. Shauna, you got anything?
I do not.
When's our next council meeting?
It will be the first,
Yeah, November
Yes.
4th.
so December 4th.
All right, December 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah, December 4th. That could have been November 4th. Heck, that was...
Go backwards.
John, Dave, you got anything? Chief? No. You're pretty quick with that. All right, hearing other business, we are adjourned at 6:49.